Yes, indeed, everyone. It's the one and only HD, and I'm here on Pinn Sessions RO1, Apple Music One Radio. Love is love.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Pinnacle. We back. Another episode, Pinn Sessions, RL1 Radio, Apple Music One Radio. And I got my bro, HD, in the building with me, man. New York's own.
Yeah.
What's good, bro? How you?
All is well. All is well. I've been in Nevada for a little bit, so yeah.
Yo, man, that's what's up, man. At least you got that good weather right now, man.
Yeah. It's warm.
Yeah, man. You know, we got nothing but snow over here. Supposed to get some more snow tomorrow. So, you know, this weather, man, is crazy on the East Coast, man.
Bipolar. Bipolar,
super
for sure.
facts. Yeah, let's get right into it. You know, from BK, you know, New York, and a lot of legends come out of New York. How do you feel being in such a almost a mecca of hip hop, like that you can actually take your brand and bring it more across the masses than previous legends?
Yeah, I mean, it's a phenomenal thing, honestly. It's influential, and I'm glad that I've grown up in a place as such, because you have so many art forms, you have so many different stories and so many different cultures, and it's definitely easy for others to translate it because you're already in such a gumbo sort of atmosphere. You know what I mean? So it's
definitely.
To bring it, to take it from New York and go somewhere else, you're bound to, allow your art to resonate with someone because it's what you're seeing and what you're exposed to. You know what I mean? So that's the great thing about New York. It's so multicultural. So wherever you go in the world, you still have that sort of, perception, and you can give that perception because you're used to it. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a phenomenal thing, honestly.
And with New York being so multicultural, and you have so many artists, especially now more than ever, what puts you above those that's currently out? Because you got those with the drill music, you got those that got the melodic type tones. You know what I'm saying? So what makes a huge difference for you and what you bring to the game compared to everybody else?
I think the verbiage is different, the language, and I think a lot of what we're doing is not so much of violent driven. You know what I mean? The stories are different, and what we stand for, and the music is much more clean. The production is very different. It's a mixture of a lot of those older sounds, but there's also a twist with a West Coast sound that we're using now, and also this 808 Southern sound that we're implementing inside of the records that we're creating right now. So it's definitely different in as far as how we're creating the art, and also with how I word, songs and things like that, and how I select my songs and how I put out the music.
So with the way that you put out the music, do you feel that lyricism will always be above just beats or something real catchy like some of these TikTok or drill music or other melodic songs that's out here?
Yeah, great question. I think they both go hand in hand, right? The hooks and the lyrics. But if you have the hook, we've all seen in the past that's the formula, right? You have to have those. If you're gonna implement these lyrical formulas on your records, you have to ensure that if you want that record to be a hit record, you have to make sure that hook it resonates with the masses, right? It resonates with the youth, and that's something that I've discovered recently, and me and my team, what's the formula for us, and how do we milk this thing, right? It's I'm giving a message with my music, but in order to reel the youth and the people in, you have to give them something that they can say more than once. It's something that resonates, something that's catchy, and then it'll drag them into the lyrics. You know what I mean? So it's
definitely.
It goes hand in hand for sure. Yeah,
yo, that's what's up. And your track "The Last Don," which I've been bumping, by the way. Now, I mean, shout out to Meek, man. Meek always plugging me in. Left and right. You know what I'm saying? Every other day, yo, Meek, yo, Pinn, what's good? Always sending me new heat, man. So how did you come up with The Last Don? Lyrically, beat wise, with producers? How'd you come up with that?
So the record is actually a year old. It was just sitting in the email.
Wow.
And we were it was just sitting in the email, and I'm okay, when I'm just trying to figure out when's the right time to put this record out. And it was just great because we're getting ready to do certain things here throughout the year. So I wanted to kind of just give that message, this is the last one you're getting. This is probably the last MC you're probably going to get from New York. That has this image, that has that image. and speaking that sort of language. You know what I mean? And that's why I wanted to, put it out, because I had it, like I said, it was year old. So like, why rush it? I wanted to make a statement, and I felt like it was more important to do it right now, because we're about to go ahead and drop another record, which is a phenomenal song, phenomenal smash, actually. So that's how that came about. But the producer who, had some creativity on that record was Fresh Beats. So we were working a while ago. Yeah, we were working about last year, beginning of last year, throughout the year. And we built a phenomenal relationship. He's a great producer and things of that nature. So he was, shout out to him for, producing that record. Yeah.
Yo, no, yeah. That's what's up. And like, I know you have the real, like, serious tones that you really want to, like, put yourself as like, I'm lyrically nice, but you also got that party record. So Cake was another joint I've been spinning heavy. You know what I'm saying? And I know you had fun making the video. Like, how did the treatment come above? Like, how did you hook up with the other artists? Like, how did it all come together?
Yeah, so a lot of great minds went into that video, honestly, and I'm glad it came together the way it did. Shout out to Dion, Bino, JD. Those guys are, they're having fun right now, and they're creating that drill sound. So shout out to them again. But that came about me, plugged me in, and my other manager Greg, they plugged me in with those guys, and it was like a sort of an organic, natural thing. We discussed the record. The beat was already in my possession, so I already had it, and I already had 2 verses on it, actually. And so the idea for that record was to, okay, how do you pull the drill community, those listeners, in to you, right? Because that is a part of Brooklyn.
Exactly.
And so it was a unique play. So we was like, all right, cool. So we have to pull those artists who are creating that sound and who does have that fan base going on. And so it was like, all right, let's add JD. He has his thing going on. Bino, he has his things going on, and as well as Dion. And so I went in the studio. Actually, I went in the studio. I recorded it at what's the studio in the city? I can't think of the name right now. But went to the studio, recorded it. Dion came through. Nobody else was there. It was just me, Dion, and my managers and whatnot.
Okay.
Dion did his hook. I took my verse off. We sent it to JD. Sent it to Bino. They laid down their verse, and that was that. And we got the record mixed by my man Veli. Shout out to him. He mixed the record, and that was pretty much it. And then for the video, it was like self-explanatory. We wanted, obviously the title is called Cake, so we wanted to have fun with it. You know what I mean? So they bought a bunch of Junior cheesecakes. We actually shot that. It's funny. We actually shot the video in a basement of a church.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? Go figure, right, during COVID. So. Yeah, no, it was a cool video. They had the balloons and everything like that, and Bino is a fun guy. He's a good soul, and he was getting really creative. He was throwing the cheesecake, and he smashed the cake on a girl's face, and I'm like, oh, these guys is crazy, But it was a good project, for sure. And again, I always feel like a lot of my music and a lot of the videos, of course, they haven't reached their full potential, right? It's still growing. So to see the numbers growing every day is also a beautiful thing. So I'm definitely fortunate, for sure.
But like when it comes to you, a lot of people that I know had highly words for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like you're definitely you're out there, you're known. You know what I'm saying? And also want to thank you again for chopping up with the union DJs as well, man. Like we definitely
for sure.
We definitely enjoy that conversation and definitely enjoy having you around too. You know what I'm saying? So it's always love. And another person I know that me and you had in common was having an influence by Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because as you see, Kobe is always been my number one. I'm a Laker fan, as you see. And how did Kobe impact your lifestyle?
Man, honestly, when I found out that, just his history, right? And how he came in the game and what he did, and he built his own entity, right, off his craft. And the fog there was a lot of fog surrounding him, right?
Yeah.
And it was hey, you play like this guy.
Exactly.
You remind us of this guy. You understand what I'm saying? Yep. So to see how Kobe answered these questions in interviews, and how he implemented his influence, of course, because again, he was influenced by Jordan, right?
Exactly.
But he also knew that he was his own man. And he knew that if he just worked hard, right, everything will fall into place. And that's what he did. And he built his own fans. And he has his own sneaker and he has his own brand, etc. So I think that was really like inspired me. And then that Mamba mentality, right? That when at all costs mentality, work hard. You do what your competition is not doing. Obviously, because we have thousands of rappers, but it's what you're doing and what they're not doing is what's gonna separate you. How many more hours are you gonna put in?
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So I just thought that was a great thing about this man, and so much more. Family guy. I mean, phenomenal guy overall for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because I definitely see in comparisons, like even what you just said with the whole, Kobe and Jordan. You know what I'm saying? When most people bring up your name, they bring up Hov all the time.
Right.
All the time.
Right.
So to me, like that Kobe, Jordan, and HD and Hov is a great comparison.
Exactly.
And I feel like you bringing out that work ethic, just like Kobe's bringing out that work ethic.
And the consistency, right.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Kobe was the first one in the gym, the last one out the gym.
Right.
I mean, HD, you're probably the first one in the studio, last one out the studio.
Exactly. And of course, you have people, you're never going to get this. You're not going to obtain this ring. But he proved it. So again,
definitely.
I am inspired by the great. And, I did, take some things from him. Of course, he set the blueprint for me. Why not? But I'm also going to, make sure that I obtain these championships, right?
Exactly. So you gotta get these rings.
You have to uphold your word. Your word is everything. So you say you're gonna be just as great as this guy. You have to uphold that word, and that again comes with work ethic, consistency, and also discipline and persistence. And again, just as with me and Jay, he's a legend, right? This guy has been in the game, longer than I've been born. You know what I mean? So it's like, wow, it's impeccable what he's done for the culture, outside of the culture, and as an artist and as a mogul, as a business mogul. So it's like, why not be inspired by this guy? Exactly. And again, that's what separates me from a lot of what's going on right now, because my sound is distinct. Nobody has my sound, right? Really,
nobody has your sound. Nobody, like literally nobody. Nobody has your sound. I feel like your lyricism is above a lot of these artists and goes over their heads. And usually, when these artists goes over people's heads, those are ones that's gonna last when all the dust settles. Now, I mean, look at the J. Cole's, look at the Kendrick Lamar's. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's quality.
Exactly.
Quality.
Exactly.
Those guys are studio. It was Quad.
Quad. Okay, I've been to Quad before. Yeah.
And it was Quad. Yeah. It was good time. Yeah.
Nah, yo, that's what's up, bro. I know the reception is not the greatest right now, but we're gonna keep on going. You hear me?
No, it's good. Yeah.
Good?
I
good
hear you.
Okay, we back. So
I'm good. Yeah.
So we already spoke about the legends that we admire. Let's speak about some of the new age, artists right now that's in the game. Like, is it anybody in particular that you ever seen yourself want to work with?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I can have a list, but at the end of the day, it's what the universe says, right? Because I'm working with people now that I never thought I would work with. You understand what I'm saying?
I like that, yeah.
People who are in the film industry, whom are in the NBA. Like, I never thought that I would work with these individuals. And it's not like I had a list. I've always wanted to do a song with Rihanna, right? She's one of my favorites, and I thought that would be a phenomenal feature. Because again, if I'm gonna do a record of that stature, it has to be with someone who's gonna put me over the top. Give me that light. You understand what I'm saying? Like those type of features. But again, the underneath that, the list that I had is like those people. I mean, I'm doing songs with other individuals who are fresh, new artists. So they have legs and they're growing. So it's not like I'm doing a song with this individual who's like at the peak of their career and they're like, all right, it's time to go. And they're doing other things. I'm doing, features with people who are fresh. And I think that's important because their music is going to grow and we're going to grow together. So, yeah. That's how I see that. Yeah.
Yo, that's a dope answer, man. That's
Yeah.
really dope because honestly, like the
Yeah.
universe and God put you in places you don't even
Yeah.
expect you to be in. And you always feel like, always say God does things for a reason. He put you in the right place, the right people, the right time, and you never know what may blossom out of any connection or any door he opened.
Yeah, absolutely. But the ones right now, I'll give you a few that I've done. Chevy Woods, shout out to him. We have a feature. That's going to be a phenomenal record. I believe it's dropping in May on his album. Wavy, he plays as Biggie in Unsolved. He's crossing over to that industry, the artist sort of rap side. Christian Cosby, he works over there at the 76ers. So that's another phenomenal record. And my man John Mads, she's a female artist from Connecticut. Great voice. So all these individuals I've done songs, but I never actually had a list. Like I would do it with them. You know what I mean? It just happened. And it makes sense. Because I'm not going to do a feature that don't make sense.
Definitely.
You know? For sure. So shout out to those individuals. Definitely. For the opportunity.
That's what's up. And when could we expect the next full-length project?
Oh, so the next project, April 15th. Definitely.
Nice.
Yeah, April 15th for sure, and that's the record that we're pretty much gonna solidify. It's called Picky. I've actually uploaded some clips on my social media and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah, big record produced by Swag. He's a great producer. Like he's
Swag, that's my bro right there. That's family. That's family.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal soul, and it's amazing how that relationship came together. But he understood my vision, I understood his, and he said this is exactly what he said to me. He said, I have to allow you to still rap, but give you those records where it's young, it's youthful, and you can have those catchy hooks.
Yeah.
And again, we found that formula, so it's like, oh, this is gonna be special.
Yo, man, I can't wait.
So I'm excited. I'm excited for the next record that I'm gonna drop for sure. It's gonna be huge.
Yo, I can't wait, man. Like Swag, he been on my show too, man. And like if you don't know, me and Swag, we go back. I tell you how far we go back. Good Music dropped Cruel Summer. That's the first time we met. And we've been friends and kicking it ever since, man. You know what I'm saying? Like actually, like I was a DJ for an artist that he was playing drums for, and that's how we clicked. And we just took off, and and just amazing how his career just went up, and just like I see your career going up, and like I said, man, just being around greatness or like y'all two is a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And once again, like I want to say, I appreciate you for coming onto the show. You know what I'm saying, bro? We definitely gotta do this again. You know what I'm saying? Definitely gotta do this again.
For sure. I would love, obviously COVID right now, but I would love to actually physically come by the show. You know what I mean? Stop by
definitely.
Take some
definitely.
pictures and taking
definitely,
that
man.
Sure.
Definitely, bro. All right, y'all. So what it is, Pinnacle Pinn Sessions, All-in-One Radio, Apple Music One Radio. My bro HD was in the building with me. You know what I mean? Bro, once again, salute.
Yeah, likewise.
I mean, enjoy that weather out there, bro, because I'm jealous.
Oh, I am. I'll be back in New York tomorrow, though.
All right, bro. Yo, stay up. Stay blessed, bro.